it, but someone said it was like an actress's name. Do you know that, or did you just make it up?
Which one?
Billy Piper. On the game,
Uh-huh.
the game day,
Yes,
you made up a name.
that's me.
It was me, Ashley.
Man, that was you?
I did not.
I think someone said it was you, but I didn't. know.
Yes, you guys said it was me, but I did not say nothing.
So wait, who's the real Billy Piper? Is it like an actress? Is that real?
Don't know.
Who else knew that that was Van? I didn't know.
I did not.
Billy Piper is an actress.
Are they?
Yeah, I just looked
That's
it
the
up.
question.
They're in, the biggest thing is called, they're in supposedly Doctor Who, Penny Dreadful, Secret Diary of the Clock Girl. I just looked her up. Those are the main three things I can look at their search for.
So funny.
So I'll tune in and whenever you guys are wrapped up, I'll comment, tag everything.
Yep, and we'll just end everything for you like that. Like we'll just end the recording for you.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can end the YouTube stream from my office.
Oh, okay, I was just saying, we're gonna help you out.
But you can end the Zoom for sure, yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Thanks so much.
Yeah,
Have a
thank
good-
you.
Have a good meeting.
Yeah,
We'll get started as soon as Dr. P gets back in here. We'll get started.
you can warm it up.
Hi guys, how is everyone doing today?
Good.
Good. Thank you for joining our Student Alliance meeting today. We're gonna have a special guest, Dr. King, who will be right back in a minute. So at this time, I'd like you guys to go around the circle, introduce yourself, and say a color that is describing your day. Does anyone want to start?
I'll go. So my name is Araceli. I am the Student Affairs Director for Student Alliance this year. And the color that I will be doing today, I would say maroon. Like very, not too bright, not too dark, so I switch back and forth. I don't know, I was like, the morning, like, I didn't want to wake up, but then like, I'm here like, what can I do?
Okay, maroon.
Okay, so I'm Brendan. I'm the president of Student Alliance, and if I had to describe a color for my day, it is yellow for bright. It's a positive day. The weather's actually not too cold for once in December, so I'm happy about that. So yellow would be my color.
Hello guys, my name is Aya William. I am the president of Phi Theta Kappa, the honor society at GRCC. My favorite color is blue because between light blue and dark blue, when I look up and see the sky, just like it, feel where they go.
My name is Emily. I am a member of PTK as well. The color that describes my day today is like a bluish gray, not like in a depressing way, but like the cute pastel one. I like it.
Hey, I'm Ashley, co-advisor of Student Alliance and Garden Club. And a color that describes my day, I'll say like a lavender purple. Feeling good. Anyone online want to share what color they're feeling today?
Hi, my name is Brandon. I'm representing virtual students for GRCC, and the color that describes my day is white because it's the blending of all colors because you can't really just pick one. And it's a nice 75-degree day out here in San Francisco.
Nice, you just had to say that. Awesome.
Hey guys, I'm Becca. I'm Communications Director of Student Alliance. And I guess, can you guys hear me? Bring us some of the weather. A color that would describe my day is like a green.
Is there a reason why?
Can you guys hear me right now?
Yes,
Yeah.
we can hear you.
Yeah, I said green. Cause I don't know. I just like the color green all the time.
Love it. Alexa or Elena?
Yes, hello. Yeah, so I'm just a student reporter for the collegiate. So just taking notes. And I have a couple questions for Dr. Pink. And I think you guys have had student reporters sitting in usually, so this shouldn't be new. Is that correct?
Piper's usually here.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, I was gonna say green also, just because I don't know. I feel like we're nearing the finish line and I'm kind of hopeful, ready for more growth. So that's my metaphor.
Dr. Pink, the question was to introduce yourself
Mhm.
and choose a color to describe your day and why.
My day? Ooh, so I would say my color would be pink for obvious reasons. No, that's easy. I'd say my color would be purple. And purple because for me, purple being red and blue, my day so often is so up and down on so many things that are happening, so many things that we have to do, take care of. 1 minute I'm sitting with some students, 1 minute, next minute I'm sitting with some CEO from Steelcase or somewhere. And then the afternoon I may be over on the lakeshore speaking to folks. So it's just so dynamic, and red and blue to me making up purple. The red, sometimes red can be seen as a little harsh and hard or stop, and blue is kind of more soothing to me. And sometimes the combination of both is a good description of what midday is. Some things that make you go, "Are you kidding me?" And then other things that make you say, "This is good. This is awesome for our college." So I'd say purple.
Awesome. Hi, Lewis.
Hey, what's up?
How you been today?
I didn't know where this building was because I've never been on campus. I mean, I'm not on campus very often, so.
Well, thanks for being here.
Welcome to campus.
Yeah.
How's it going?
Good. So the question we have is introduce yourself to the audience and choose a color to describe your day and why. If you want to answer.
Oh, everyone's answering?
We've already.
We already went.
Oh, sorry.
You're
My
good.
bad. Snap. A color, how my day is going. Probably yellow. Yellow reminds me of the sun. I met with Ashley earlier. I was really excited during our conversation. I get really amped up when we talk about the things that we were talking about. So it was cool. So yellow, sun, energy.
That's awesome.
Love it. Thank you. Yeah, energizing. And can you introduce yourself?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey guys, what's up? I'm Louis. I'm the operations director, or the new operations director for Student Life.
You just got that position.
Yes, I
Congratulations.
get that position. Yeah, thank you.
And I'm pretty sure everyone went, just double check. Okay, cool. Does anyone else say anything before we go carry on? Yay or new thing?
Oh,
Oh. Okay, so at this time, I would like to introduce our special guest, Dr. Pink. So if you want to go ahead and talk, then we can go into questions after.
Yeah, so I'll tell you, I'll keep my remarks short because too often when I get a chance to do stuff like this, I end up talking a lot and then I say, "Hey, do you have any questions?" And I don't leave enough time for questions. I hate to do that. So I will just say it's always fun for me to be able to share time with all of our students, but to be in on your Student Alliance meeting. I'm always honored that you give me the invitation and always have me come and share some time. I'll just real briefly, you've seen this semester as we're almost over. It's hard to believe we're in December already. This semester has flown by. Obviously, a lot of really good things happening here at the college. The way we started out the year with the opening of the Lakeshore campus was exciting for not only for our campus community, but it was very exciting for the community in Holland, and to hear folks really out there. It's fun to be out there and hear people just talk about how pleased and excited they are that GRCC is in Holland at the level we're there. And so that's been an exciting thing this semester. We just look for that to continue to grow and to continue to expand what we do out there for the people of Ottawa County. And then for those of you who aren't on campus fairly often, this building, if you have been in here before this year and now came in here this semester, you see on almost every floor, we've renovated this building. It's been a project that we've been at for quite some time, have raised many dollars to get it done. And now that we've been able to be successful with that, now this building being the oldest building on campus, yet is one of the most the newly renovated buildings, including at the bottom of the building in G2, our new Veterans Center, which to have that stood up at the level that is, that's been pretty fun. So thus far, a lot of exciting stuff going on here at the college. So I could spend the next hour and a half talking to you about that, but let's not do that. Let me make sure and open up. I saw a list of questions you guys sent. I'm going to let you guys, whichever, I hate to try to put those in order because then I sound like I'm trying to be particular about one or the other, but I'll just open up and let you guys ask questions.
Does anyone in the audience want to start with any questions that are here? I'm going to open it up to the audience, then we'll go from the pre-questions.
Yeah, I have a question, a couple questions actually. So I'm a student reporter for the Collegiate, GRCC student publication. And one of the questions I have is, has the college seen more positive COVID cases in the GRCC community as the numbers continue to climb throughout Kent County and the state?
I think we've all, I'm not sure what you mean by more. Of course, we, like everywhere else, we keep a very close eye on what our positive cases look like. And when those are reported to us, we have people that we have hired to be our contact tracers, which has been a very good addition for our campus since COVID started, to have folks who do that on our campus that we don't have to rely on the county or anyone else to do that. So those metrics we keep on the website. I did not look at that before I left, Alexa, I'm sorry. But if you look on the website, that typically on the coronavirus, on that link, we typically keep some of those data on there. If you don't see that, let me know, and I can definitely get you in contact with folks just to let you know what that picture looks like for us. But that's typically information that we have since the virus started that we've had on the website.
Okay. Awesome, thank you. I have one more question. So with more in-person enrollment happening this semester and likely the same or higher numbers in the winter/spring semester, does the college plan to take any additional steps outside of what is currently taking place to potentially slow the spread of the virus like we saw in 2020?
More steps. Not sure what those steps would be. We're pretty we do compared to other college campuses, aside from mandating a vaccine on campus, which we haven't done. And but we're one of those campuses that have a mask mandate on campus, which is important. Our classes right now go up to about a 75% capacity as far as the room is concerned. That allows us to social distance better. As we continue to keep an eye on the numbers, both in Kent and Ottawa County, those are numbers that pretty much determine what we do and how much we mitigate. So I do not see us, we've actually had conversation with our provost about this just last week. I do not think that we in the winter will look a lot different than we do right now. Because what we've been doing so far has done a pretty good job of mitigating. We're probably about 35% to 40% of our classes are in person. That's up from about 20% during the heat of COVID last year. We're still less than half of our classes are on campus. We're still about 65% virtual. I don't think will change much, if any, for the winter because of just what the numbers look like. Also, just kind of wait and see what the new variant is going to look and sound like. Our goal is that as we start looking at summer and fall to really start reevaluating that to see if it makes sense for us to click that those capacities up some. But we won't do that without being mindful of what our numbers are looking like as far as our local. I had a question the other day from a student that said, well, since the state of Michigan hasn't put any kind of mask mandate, why is GRCC put a mask mandate in place? Well, I don't like to make our decisions based on statewide, because statewide looks so different depending on where you are. We can go to the UP and say, virus, what virus, right? Because the virus tends to be quite a bit less prevalent there in even northern Michigan. Not that it's not there, but it's less prevalent. Right now in Kent County and Ottawa County, our counties are some of the strongest hit right now. My involvement with Spectrum Health, as far as being on one of the boards with Spectrum Health, I get a little bit extra information about what the virus looks like as far as our hospitals are concerned. So when I see all those numbers, it just makes sense to me that our college remain as vigilant as we are today, without getting too out over our skis. It's one of those situations that it doesn't matter. Hey, good to see you. It doesn't matter what we do. It is all. I will always have people who tell me, why are you having a mask? And I'll have people saying, thank you for the mask. So we have to, when you are in a situation where you're not ever going to please everybody, you have to do what you think is right. And that's what we're doing.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much.
Welcome. Other questions? I'm warm up now.
Okay, we have one in, I sent a question. It says, my question, if you can read with me. What college did you go to and how did you decide to go there? That's one of the questions for the audience.
Yeah, that's a good question. I laugh because, gosh, that's a long time ago. So I was a junior college student as well. So at that time, junior college, not here in Grand Rapids. So my college career, undergraduate, was all about this orange thing that was about this big, right? So it was all about basketball to me. And to me, basketball was life. So for me, that was prime, because that was what was going to pay my way through college. I come from a family that we were 5 of us, 5 kids, and I was the youngest of 5. And the 5 of us, my mom and dad, all 7 of us lived with my grandmother in her house. That was a 2-bedroom house, by the way. You work the math on that one, right? And let me also work the math for you to tell you that my grandmother had one of those bedrooms. Okay, so that was our situation. So my parents were not able to pay for college for any of us. Now, for my 4 siblings older than I am, we were blessed that my parents actually worked at a university in our city, in our town. They worked there as custodians. They were janitors at that university. Well, no matter what your position was at that institution, if you worked there, your kids could get free tuition. So all 4 of my siblings had the opportunity to go to school, tuition paid, live at home. So you're not really paying anything unless you wanted to live on campus. You're going to pay for that. The summer of my senior year is when my mother said that my father's health a year before was such that he had to retire. The summer before I was getting ready to go to college, summer before I was getting ready to go to high school, my senior year in high school, my mother had to do the same thing because her health got to a point where she couldn't work anymore. So I was the 5th one, and I was not going to be given that luxury of being able to go to school paid for. So I had to have something. I had to have a hustle to help me get through college. And that basketball was my hustle. And so was able to go through junior college on a scholarship. Then that was in Nebraska, junior college in the state of Nebraska. I grew up in Texas. Texas boy moving to Nebraska. Anyway, did that for 2 years, had a good career, thank the Lord, and transferred to a school, a university down in the state of Oklahoma. From Nebraska to Oklahoma, that was a good move from a standpoint of just getting college paid for. And once I finished that, my whole aspiration was to coach basketball. I wanted to be a college basketball coach, and so I wanted to coach at the college level. I wanted to be a big time Division I basketball coach. Obviously, that didn't happen. But anyway, what ended up happening is that my first year out of college, I was blessed to become a head basketball coach at a college that was actually at the junior college that I graduated from in Nebraska. Ended up going back there because my coach had gone somewhere else. So I did that for a while. Coaching was a big part of my life for about 8 years. Then decided that that coaching was taking too many years off my life because it's a hard job. It's a job that you got to give 365. I mean, if you're going to be good at the college level, you got to give a lot of time to it. And so I figured I was still single at that time, and I thought I'm either going to stay coaching the rest of my life or actually get married and start a family, because I couldn't see how you could do both. A lot of people do both, but for me, I was given so much to basketball, I couldn't see how I could give myself to family as well. So don't put someone in that situation if this is what you're going to do. So once I stopped doing that, became a full-time faculty member at a university. Found my wife, we got married. Had finished my master's degree, started on my doctorate. My master's degree was at a University of Central Oklahoma. It's in the Oklahoma City area. My doctorate is from the University of Oklahoma. If you guys keep up with football, don't talk to me about it. That was where my doctorate was from, and had a great experience there. The reason I say that is because your doctorate degree needs to be a good experience. You need to really feel like you grow from your doctorate degree. Not everyone does that. Sometimes your doctorate degree can be painful because outside influences can sometimes just beat you up, and you're going to study this, but now I want you to study that. So my situation wasn't that. It was a good experience. And so upon finishing that doctorate degree, I was still a full-time faculty member at a university in Oklahoma City. And in 2004, I finished that degree in May. June of 2004, a friend of mine, her name is Sherry Cole. At that time, Sherry was the head basketball coach at the University of Oklahoma, women's basketball. Big time basketball. Remember I told you I wanted to be a big time basketball coach, right? Here's the big time basketball coach who's a good friend also. She called and said, I want you to come to OU and I want you to be my director of operations. I want you to run my program. Everything off the court is yours. I want you to run it. I was on this other trajectory. I was really liking what I was doing. I had actually decided in 2004 that I wanted to one day maybe become a college president. So here she was coming at me with this whole basketball thing. I had left basketball. So I'm going, So after talking to my wife, thinking, praying about it, decided to say yes to her. So put away the whole faculty thing and started back into sport, into athletics, basketball. Did that for a couple of years. Loved that level. That was fun. That's an incredible level as far as athletics is concerned. You get to see some things that you didn't see at other levels. As you guys are aware, at that level, there's this crazy amount of money being spent. And after a while, you kind of go, should we really spend this much money? But anyway, so did that for 2 years, decided that that's not what I wanted to do because I wanted to get back on this president's track. And this kind of answers a couple of other questions. So left that job and went back into the academic side of things. Became an associate dean at the University of Central Oklahoma, where I got my master's. Became an associate dean in their College of Education, because that was my whole thing, teacher preparation. How do we prepare teachers? And so I was associate dean there because my goal at this point in life I wasn't back on that president track. But in order to be on that track, I told myself two things. Number one, I want to have as many positions in higher education as I can so that I understand those positions better. Because if I understand those positions better, if I'm a president one day, I know something about it and I can relate to what my people are experiencing. So if you look at my vita, my resume, you'll think, my goodness, this guy can't keep a job. Well, that's not it. It's that I wanted to do as many things as I could. So you'll see on there, coach, athletic director, dean, recruiter, faculty member, adjunct faculty member, associate dean, vice president of academic affairs, vice president of work. You'll see all these different roles because what it allows me to do is have some level of relation with most, not all, but most people on my campus, if ever I became a president. So associate dean, 5 years, left that, become a vice president of academic affairs at a university down in Oklahoma City, actually a 2-year technical college in Oklahoma City as a vice president. Then heard about this, some school in Grand Rapids Community College. I was actually looking for a provost at that time. My wife is from Michigan. So for us to move to Michigan, that's kind of, I had this goal to get her closer to her mom and dad because she was the oldest of 5 and the furthest away from home. So then the goal became, how can we get into still on this track, yet get closer to home, to my wife's home. So we're blessed to come here, did not get the provost job. Instead, the president at that time, Steve Ender, said, I want to create a position for you. I want to create a position that we don't have on this campus. It was a vice president and dean of workforce development. And so in thinking and praying about that, decided to accept that position. Came to GRCC, and that was in 2015. Dr. Enders said that he probably had another 4 or 5 years in him, and then he'd probably retire, and then who knows what could happen, maybe have a shot at it. About 6 months later, he announced his retirement. That wasn't 5 years. He announced his retirement would be in 1 year, he was gonna be retired. So, felt like it was good timing for me to drop my name in the hat. I'd been here long enough to know people and get to know people and for them to get to know me, but I hadn't been here long enough to make a lot of enemies. So we put our name in the hat for this position and we're blessed with this back in 2017. And the whole goal, as I said, was to have as many positions in a higher ed setting as possible. But the other goal was to get as close to the job without being in the job. So how close can I get to being a president without being a president? Because I wanted to see the job. So that job that I told you I had in Oklahoma City where I was vice president of academic affairs, my office was about 20 feet away from the president's office. So I would go down and see her every day, 3 or 4 times a day. Sometimes it was to talk to her about, here's what's going on campus. Sometimes it was just to ask her, what are you doing tonight? What's your calendar? What's your schedule? Because I wanted to know what the life is like. Because if I can find out what the life is like without being in the life, then I can make a better decision as to whether I want to keep going down that road. Because the last thing I wanted to do was find myself in this position and not have enough information about everything that they don't tell you it's about. Because the job description has, and this, I say this to you because this is what many of the positions that you aspire for, that you say, that's what I want to do, you will hear, here's what it looks like. But you have to get close to it to know what things are not written there. Because we all have those things. Every job I've had has those things that no one said, here's what something else you do. So as a president and as a person who is, it's on my watch. My board, if something goes south as far as student life is concerned, they don't go to lineup. My board comes to me. Then I go to line. But it's always, as president, you're the one, you're the last call. You're the one that they say, what the heck has happened? If something's happened in this community and the community is upset, they talk to the board and then the board talks to me. So if that's the case, I want to know as much about the position as possible before I get into the position. So in all those visits to Natalie's office and paying attention to what she was doing, come to GRCC and have a little more, some good perspective on what Dr. Ender was doing, I decided, you know, I think with all I know about it, I think I still want to do that. And so now, 4.5 years later, in this position, have been able to still feel that it's what I wanted to do. It's not an everyday as roses kind of job. It's a job that it's not even day to day. Some jobs can be day to day, good day, bad day. That's not my day. That's not my job. My job is good, bad, just during the course of the day. Things that happen that come and we're going, yeah, we can get that, we can get that. Then something else comes, gosh, we got to take care of this. And in the course of the day, it can be the most diverse day you've ever seen. But I enjoy it because you get to be a part of something that's so much bigger than yourself. And you get to, instead of sitting back complaining about it, you get to be the one to make the decision about it. So if I was going to sit back and complain as a faculty member, as a dean, or if I was going to just sit back and say, boy, I wish this school would do blah, 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 blah. Well, at a point, I decided to shut up about that and decide to go after the position myself so I can be the one to make those decisions. So now I can't complain about what the college is doing. Well, Pink, if it's going a bad direction, what are you doing as the leader to change it? So that to me, and as I read your questions, because the questions were sent to me, I think that kind of gets at, it doesn't quite get to the question to ask about my favorite topping on a pizza, but it does get closer to some of your questions about what makes me want to do this position, what does it look like, what does the day look like? That's really a big piece of what this role has and gives. It's not, as I said, it's not easy, but I'm a kind of personality that I just don't thrive in an easy environment anyway. I get bored if it's easy, and if I'm bored, I'm probably not doing the best job. Did that answer? That was a long answer. Sorry.
I don't remember what the question was, but
I don't either.
something was answered.
But we have a couple extra questions that I found that were sent.
Okay, I had a buzz, which was probably my assistant saying that I needed to. I have a few more ones. Yep. Okay.
Are these like in person?
This is from Aya's email I got. I sent me an email.
Cool.
Well, one of them is there a way for GRCC to work with the gym in Holland to have a student discount so that GRCC students who live in Holland and attend the Lakeshore campus can have an affordable access to the gym?
That's a great question. Let me work on that because we hadn't been asked that. I will tell you that part of our plan before, and I'm probably giving you information that isn't all that public, but it's been somewhat public. So when we first moved into that space, at the other end of the mall there at West Shore Mall, at the other end, the plan had been for the YMCA to move. And so if the Y established a location there, that was going to be that fitness piece that we were going to provide our students out there. And we already had some good stuff worked out with the Y from childcare or fitness. I mean, we have some now. Will that still happen? I don't know. If you'd asked me that 3 months ago, I said, yeah, it's happening. My answer today is I don't know. So that was kind of what we were focused on. But if that's not going to come to fruition, I don't know if it is or not, then I will want to seek other ways for both of those things, not only from a fitness standpoint, but also from a childcare standpoint, because of what we had visioned for our students in that at that location. We had envisioned the services that could happen there to be really powerful for our students. So more to come on that, but that's a great suggestion. I will tell you, I might move slow on it just to see what happens with the Y. But if that goes too slow, then we'll just go ahead and move it down. Don't tell them this.
Well, it seems like we have more prior committed, so.
Well, I can take one more. As long as my answer is no, right?
Does
If you have
anyone
one.
here or virtually have a question?
Hold on, question.
I can ask one.
Yeah.
What are some of the challenges that you are seeing sort of moving over into the next year, moving past this sort of COVID phase? Or honestly, not moving past it, but moving with it?
But figuring out what to do with it, sure, well, that's a great question. So the challenge with COVID all along has been the unknown of what this virus is gonna do and how it's gonna affect us. Here's what I mean by affect us. So if you look at over the past 20 months, we all of a sudden were told, going all the way back, and Lion, you guys will remember all this. So going all the way back 20 months to hear that there's a possibility of this virus coming our way. And then all of a sudden, it's in Michigan and we may have to do something about this. Then being told, and again, you'll hear the term being told. That's an important term because so much of the last 20 months has been our institution just adhering to what mandates come down and no choice, figure out how to get it done. So March of 2020, being told, shut down, go home, shut down. I remember leaving the office that day thinking we'll be back in a couple of weeks and get back to getting our business done. Well, if you remember that the rest of that school year, we were out into the summer, gone. So everything we've done has been reaction to what we've been told to do. We get back to campus that fall, have things going real well. November comes, we're told right after Thanksgiving, you need to shut down for the rest, for the rest of the, you're in person for the rest of the year because of this thing called the possible Delta variant. So we had to shut down again. Most of our in-person stuff on campus. Get past that into the fall of this year, last summer, not this. So last summer of 2021, our enrollment was really coming back again. We had a great summer last year as far as enrollment's concerned, and getting things all ramped up again. We get to this fall, the numbers still look decent. They look great compared to last year. We're still we're thinking in terms of 2 years ago. That's what we're trying to benchmark ourselves. So they looked better. Then all of a sudden, you have all this, this other piece coming as far as the vaccine is here. So then what does a mandate look like with a vaccine? What does a mask mandate look like? Here's what the county says to do. Here's what the county says. So we always have been in this reactionary mode because that's how we've had to operate. Because in this case, the reaction has been, it would be nice that if we could be an institute, because it's how I like to think, is how proactive are you? How ahead of the curve are you? Our problem is that we don't know what the curve is because this virus is so unpredictable. And so what we've tried to do is make sure that as we respond to things, that we respond as strong as possible and that we're a leader as far as our state is concerned. It's really cool for folks like this sitting in the room, for Lina to get a question from other institutions. How's GRCC? Lina, how are you guys doing? That's pretty cool. We get those kind of questions all the time and that lets us know that we're doing some good things. And also lets us know that our many other institutions look to this one for guidance. And that's humbling, but it's also pretty cool to know that. So my thought in going forward, our biggest concerns will be what the mystery of the unknown of what happens, but also figuring out if indeed this is the virus we're just going to have to work with going forward, period. How does that look for a college campus? How do we do that if COVID-19 just becomes another version of another flu eventually? And how do we mitigate that? How do we deal with that? And at the same time, figuring out how do we look and how do we need to look when it comes to what our virtual and online presence looks like versus in person. All of us thought that most of our students, this vast majority of our students want to be on campus. Okay, there's a piece of truth to that. But I will tell you that since we have gone so heavy online and virtual, you would be shocked at how many students tell us, thank you for being virtual, because now, I mean, there's a population of students with us now that never have been with us before because they couldn't access us, because they didn't have a way to, they couldn't come to campus, they don't have time for it. Well, now that we're offering all these other classes virtually, now for many students, we never even knew who they were because they never were coming. But now they can reach us because they say, now you're offering the classes I need virtually because I have a family, a job, and all these other things. Now I can reach you. So part of our deal now is making sure we don't just go all the way back to being 80% in person and 20% virtual, which is what we were pre-COVID. We want to make sure we strike the right balance, that we are indeed serving those students who say, I have to be on, I learn best in person. We will continue to serve that population, but we need to make sure we're serving all our student population with how they need these classes offered. So in my mind, we probably, by the time it's said and done, will probably be more of a 65% in person, and about 35% close, maybe even 40%, right? 35% virtual, to make sure we are servicing all of our students. To me, that's one of the major concerns. People always say it's funding. Well, funding is always a concern. Whether we're in pandemic or outside of pandemic, funding is always. You always have in your back of your mind how financially solvent is the institution. And right now, this institution is very financially solvent. We don't have a bunch of money bags running around here. That's not our story by far. But we have a much better situation than some of my some counterparts across the country who might not be as blessed to be in the place like we are. But it's a yearly challenge to make sure that we are doing all we can to remain in a good space financially. And as I said, I think right now we have ourselves in a good spot. Gosh, thank you guys. If at any point in the winter semester and invite me to come back, I'd love to come back and see you again. I'm always open for that. Okay.
Thank you for coming out.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
And finish strong, right? This thing is almost over. All right. You guys take care.
Thank you.
Really quick, who asked that last question that he just answered? Who asked that one?
Hello, hey, I'm Louis. Hey, how's it going?
We can,
You can put
Elena,
my
if
name
it's
in
helpful, we can email you any content or names that you need. And this will be recorded and posted to the GRCC TV YouTube channel. Do you need to reference it?
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Awesome.
Story time, right? Okay.
That was good.
He talked a lot. I'm so surprised.
So
I mean, I really believe him when he said that. Like a lot of times when people ask him questions, he just talks.
okay. So at this point, PTK, or do you have any updates for like in the semester? Because it's the last town hall of the semester. I was wondering if there are any updates you guys have or anything.
Yesterday, we had our last chapter meeting. We had Robin Stark, she did present to us social dimensions. And we still planning to, depends about next semester, our schedule, about our chapter meeting for next semester, but we're going to post everything and ready to connect as soon as we have a schedule ready.
Awesome. Is there anything you guys need help with going into the next semester and the semester from a student alliance standpoint?
Right now, no, but for sure, we go and send everything to Lene and she will reach out to you guys.
So I know it's an update, they're not here today, but Cal is starting their, what's it called again? Sorry, final relaxers. So what is entitled? I'm not too familiar with that person. I just know that's.
Yeah, you haven't been on campus really, have we? So Finals Relaxer is next week. Campus Activities Board is hosting that. They've got a week's worth of events, both in person and virtual.
coming up, and so you can see, they've got posters that you can find on their social media, on the Student Life page, on Facebook, that kind of thing, and especially on Raider Connect, so take a look, there's like a painting night or afternoon, there's a movie and a breakfast, on Monday, all kinds of stuff going on, so it's just an opportunity for students to like take a deep breath before finals and like get a little stress out before, before finals week, following week.
And on a standpoint, we want to say thank you for contributing to our board. So thank you for the giving board.
And look forward to our town hall meetings next semester and what type of events we have too. Okay.
And welcome week will be happening again once we get to January, right? Cool.
Yeah, welcome week when we come back for the winter term. The week of January 17th, we'll have a few different events hosted by CAB and Student Alliance. So Student Alliance will probably have a hand in that. So look out for those too.
Anyone else have anything?
Now, the next town hall meeting is going to be the first week of returning back to campus or the week after?
I think it's January. I got the date.
Because we're going to be back January 10th, first day of classes.
It would be January 13th.
The same.
January 13th will be our first town hall back in break. So
Yeah, and we'll have it on Raider Connect and be sure.
we'll post it on our socials. We'll send our newsletter that we've been trying to work with out to, if you guys have been receiving like email updates and everything.
So our town halls will remain on Thursday afternoons in a hybrid setting.
Awesome. At this time, I really have no other updates for you guys. So you guys are welcome. Just hang around, and hang out with us for a few minutes, or feel free to get to your class if you have a class or anything. So thank you for being here and hope to see you guys next semester.